Okay, that's my bad. I didn't unmute my desktop audio. Panda, say hello.
Hi guys! Hi, hi Gems!
Hello, Bambaroos.
Hello, hello! Sorry about that. So Bambaroos, Sapphire is also streaming on her YouTube, so you can look at that there. We are together here. And hello guys, this is Campfire with Creators. So Sapphire and me, we like to talk a lot to each other. So we also want to talk with you guys, just kind of about our journey and stuff we've learned along the way. Because I think it's really good to share information and let other creators and people know that this can be done. There are rough times, good times, but you know, it's a time well. How should I say that? Because I was going to say something really philosophical, guys, and I just blew it out the window. Hi, I'm PandahPat. But yeah, so yes, I'm PandahPat. I stream casual games, and then I also am going to get into webtoons and stuff on my YouTube channel, so that should be fun. Sapphire, most of my people know you, but can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, friends. My name is Sapphire. If I'm slightly distracted right now, I'm eating some fries and a hamburger at this lovely campfire. You know how it be. I'm a VTuber over on YouTube and on Twitch. I'm also a stream coach, so I help creators become better versions of themselves. I also have helped tons of VTubers in the industry. So again, I just like to share about my experience and how that's all happened for me and how content creation has transformed my life. And I've met Panda along that journey as well, and we've been learning a lot. And we wanted to create something for you guys to be able to take away some information and thrive with it.
Yep, and if you guys have any content creator questions or questions along the way, please just put it in chat. In my chat, you can do a redeem to highlight your message. In YouTube, how are you doing it, Sapphire? Just putting it in?
If you guys can put 3 question marks before and after what you say, that would be perfect.
Perfect. So they saying they hear echo. Is on both of our sides? Is the echo? Bum, bum, bum. If you have both streams up. Okay, let me see. Mine is muted. You might have to mute my stream. Let's see.
Let me check. Maybe
yeah, my streams are muted, so it might be on your side. Maybe.
Let me check.
Maybe. Okay.
I have you muted on Twitch.
Yeah, you're muted on Twitch for me, and then you're muted. I've muted YouTube as well.
I believe you're muted on YouTube as well. You guys hear an echo?
Why is it always me on your stream? Why does this always happen? Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask. Yo, guys, everybody in YouTube chat, do y'all hear echo right now? Is there echo? Panda talk?
Okay. No, they're confirming that they don't hear echo on our side. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
If you're opening double streams, just make sure. You might have to mute one or the other.
And trust me, running double streams, it's the only way to do it. Make sure you're running both.
Yes, make sure you're running both in both tabs. Support. Actually, that is a wonderful way to support your fellow streamers and people you love, and also rack up them channel points so you can abuse them later. I mean, support them. Support them. I'm a good person. I'm say so. But it's a good way. I feel like I always have like 5 tabs open through the day because everyone. I want to make sure that they get their views and points, you know. Aww. And I also like getting the points.
Yes, me too.
Now, this is kind of a free talk, so we're just gonna kind of go into the discussion and kind of tell you our thoughts around a specific theme, and then just go off wild from there, you know. So this is my general topic of today. What are the biggest lessons you've learned, Sapphire, and where are you going? What is happening? Did you lose something under the table?
Wait, did I fly away?
No. You were falling under the table, and I was laughing because I was like, "Where are you going?"
I dropped a macaroon. Sorry.
It's so fun. I love the tracking is looking stunning on that. Is that have you updated it with the new updates too?
Yeah, so it's not because of the new updates, it's because I actually got full face tracking. My friend helped me out. He added full face tracking in Blender.
Oh, I love it. So, the nuances make it so much more personal.
The chewing is hilarious. I love just watching like myself chew. It sounds so dumb, but it's true.
It's so cute because it goes in the little triangle and then gets all big. It's like Kirby. It's like rah, rah, rah.
Kirby.
Hopefully not as big as Kirby, or that'd be horrifying, but
that'd be great. I need a Kirby skin now.
All right. So, anyway, we're here to eat food. Apparently, this is now a mukbang or whatever they call it.
No,
We're just gonna
no.
eat food. I'm just gonna eat these s'mores right in front of me. Yum 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 yum. Oh yeah, and again, chat, Bambaroos, if you have a question, you can redeem, highlight my question, and then we can answer those from there. So it's the only redeem of tonight, because I know if I gave you too much power, you guys would blow up the forest with something. I don't know. They like to hydrate drown me every day.
No. How
They
many
like to
points
keep
is your
me.
hydrate?
Yeah.
Wait, how many points is it?
It's probably could be higher. I think it's only 100.
LOL.
Maybe I've done this to myself, really. I probably done this to myself.
I had to raise mine. Day one, I had to raise mine. I was like, no, guys, I'm not drowning myself in water.
Oh, yeah. You know, the thing that happened to me that was so hilarious was they redeemed British accent, rubbish British accent, ASMR, and then was like hydrating the whole time. And it was a hot mess. Like it was pain, and they enjoyed it thoroughly. But then I said, you know, I'm just gonna limit that a teeny bit.
Wait, so you were hydrating while you were talking in your British accent, like in between?
Yes, and ASMR at the same time. I was
my
like,
God.
this is basically. Let me reenact it. I was like, hello, this is PandahPat. I'm doing the British. Someone help me, please. That was literally what like my life was.
Oh my goodness.
I chose death. I chose violence. That's the best way.
That's
But
beautiful.
let's think about this. Because if to kind of get us started on biggest lessons learned, talking about that, lesson number 1: limit your redeems if you know they're going to be used for evil purposes, unless you like pain. What do you say that's a big lesson to learn? Is limit those redeems, because people go wild.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And like, not only like, even jokes aside, like real stuff too with like redeems, making sure that you make redeems, making sure that you make them align with your stream values. I know there's times where people have like put redeems in that don't align with like who they are or what their channel is just because they think it'd be funny, but you don't want to do, it's kind of like the concept of you don't want to do things just for the views. Don't put yourself in a situation as a streamer or a content creator that you're uncomfortable with. Like, even if it's for the memes, like, oh, I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream if like I get this many follows, or like if that doesn't make you comfortable, like don't bend your will to that. And same thing for channel points. Exactly.
I mean, like, it's just, there's train wrecks waiting to happen, and it's just be careful out there, because not everyone wants to kind of laugh at the streamer. I mean, we're here to entertain you, but people can take that too far. So boundaries, guys, boundaries. Could you imagine a 24-hour stream where you would have to do a British accent and you like an accent a whole stream? I would die. I would literally die, guys.
Do you think you could do it?
I mean, yes, but not in ASMR. If I had to do ASMR and the accent at the same time, I'd probably just give up right there. Because if I'm playing Dead by Daylight and someone's chasing me, I'm not going to be like, oh no, they're coming from me. I'm going to be like, you know, like, primal scream.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to like calculate it fast enough in your brain. You're like, oh my gosh, help!
Exactly. Oh, and thank you. I'm assuming these are the gems. Thank you, gems, for following me and coming into my community. I really appreciate it. You're now what do we call ourselves? A gembaroo.
Gembaroos.
Yep, because Sapphire's the gems and we're the bambaroos. So together we are the gembaroos community, and we cross a lot in lots of things.
Also, I have a question from chat.
Ooh, let's go.
All right. Welcome in, Yo Chaz. Also, guys, just keep in mind, if I'm not looking at chat too much, I'm really focusing on talking with Panda here. But if y'all have questions, make sure you put in question marks before and after what you're asking. So Yo Chaz says, I have a question. I really want to become a VTuber, but I'm afraid to due to what friends and family will think. I have a model ready and I can tell I would have a ton of fun. Should I just do it? Panda, I'll let you start.
Yes. Always yes.
Yeah.
The reason being, I mean, you can't let your life be dictated by that, because honestly, this life is for you. And a lot of people have that difficulty realizing that like they need to control like what they can, and they can choose to love things they love. And if you're so dictated by what everyone else thinks of you, you will be in a spiral of unhappiness forever.
Yeah.
And like honestly, your family and friends, you can approach them and kind of like spit it in a way that might be a little less like, I'm an anime girl now, what's up, you know. You can make it a little more, you know, palpable to them. But to hold off on your dreams because of someone else just for fear of judgment is a no for me. It's a solid no, and it's scary. But honestly, the good people around you will support you no matter what you do. And sometimes you do have to go it alone. Like, that's a truth too. But there's this whole world of the internet out there who wants to see what you have to offer. So just know, we're out here and we're waiting for you. That's what I'm thinking, Sapphire.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And to add on to that, I just want to say that most of the time, if there's judgment coming from any of your inner circle, it's usually because they're reflecting their fears onto you. It's because there's, like, in my general opinion, there's no reason for them to be against you wanting to be a VTuber. There's no reason. I think that friends and family should be supportive of your dreams, period. And if they're not, you shouldn't have them in your life. I have a very strong standpoint on that now, which has allowed me to get a lot further just as a human being. If they're not going to support your dreams, they shouldn't be a part of your life. And again, I know that's harder and easier said than done, especially if it's your parents, because it can be really toxic when you have parents who aren't supportful of your dreams. So what you have to do in that case, if you can't get out of like the situation you're with your parents, is do the best you can to like decrease your interactions with them and continue to surround yourself by people who champion you and who support you and follow those dreams of becoming a VTuber. So I say go for it. And if they want to have judgment, like I said, look to cut them out.
Yeah, and again, it's so much easier said than done, but it's like it's necessary for growth. You got to cut out things that will drag you down a little bit, and sometimes that takes a big leap, especially when family is always tough, guys. Family's probably the toughest. So I just don't want to discourage you guys, because if I was to sit here and say, well, your mom said no, so never, you know, like, yeah. I don't believe in that. Oh my gosh, your mouth is so cute when you're chewing. I'm staring at your face right now on your screen, Sapphire. It's so
sweet.
Cute.
Thank you.
So cute. I want to get to that level of the ooh-woo, of the choo-choo. What am I saying?
The ooh-woo choo-choo.
The ooh-woo, the choo-choo. And again, hello everyone who's joining the community. I'm going to be talking primarily with Sapphire, but just know I love your face. Guys, something else about collabs, it is difficult to keep up with chat, especially with multiple people. It's a workout. Like, sometimes you have to prioritize like gameplay over perfect, you know, chat interaction, and that's hard because we always want to talk about you. Don't you think so, Sapphire?
Yeah, I think it's really hard to balance. It depends too, like, if you struggle with something like that, my thing is always to like set a purpose before you start streaming. Like, I set a clear purpose of my purpose before the stream is to make sure I focus on Panda. I love you guys. I talk to chat a lot, but I'm going to focus on the person I'm collabing with. For you guys to apply this to your own streams is, if you have something where you're starting stream and you sort of want the game as a background, you can tell yourself, okay, this stream, I'd really like to focus on chat and not so much on the game. Or maybe for this stream, I'd really like to focus on the game and try to work on responding a little bit less to chat so I can make some progress in this game today. So set a purpose, set clarity before you start your stream to be able to help with things like that.
Yeah. Again, that's actually just good. Ooh, that goes into something else, biggest lessons learned. So I personally fell into this, fell into VTubing, but as you go along, it's good to set a purpose for like what you want, because what happens is that if you don't, you start to become a little aimless, and you might get frustrated with yourself because you might even have these standards you didn't even know about, and suddenly you're like, why am I not like getting there? And it's good to just kind of be self-reflective and set the path, because then you can actually mark where you are in your journey. And it's okay if you're honestly just streaming just to have fun. Like, if you're honestly just 100% streaming just to be the chaotic gremlin that you are, that's perfectly fine. But I know a lot of you want to be content creators, and purpose is everything.
Yeah. So Panda, let me ask you this then. When you started streaming, or before you started streaming at all as a VTuber, did you did you have a plan in action? Like how clear did you get on what streaming and content creation looked like for you?
So for me, it was basically, this is a good one. So I've always wanted to have a community. That's been my goal through like my whole life, is just bringing people together. I'm a big supporter of others and their creative pursuits, and that's always something I've always wanted. I stumbled into Twitch. My friend was just like, "Hey, you want to try Twitch?" And that's exactly when like VTubing was coming up and such like that, like getting hot, getting on the rise, getting hot. Never again. Don't clip that. Anyway, so, VTubing is hot. Anyway, what were we talking about? After that, once I got into this, like I started seeing like my purpose, and it was that as I started building a community, that what I wanted was to uplift others and give people a safe space, because safe spaces are hard to come by, and let people just be them and be able to tell me about their day, and I get excited for that and all that stuff. So like, I don't know if that really answers your question, Sapphire, because my brain just floofed, because I'm thinking to myself, what a wonderful world. But is more so like that, is that once I started doing it, I was able to repurpose what I was doing. And that's still like a work in progress, guys. I'm still like, I'm trying so many creative pursuits because I want to feel like what's going to be right for me. So I don't mind failure at all. I've tried different kinds of streams, different kinds of videos, just to see like what works, what doesn't work. And I just don't get hung up on it. And I'm in the early stages, so I can do that, which is nice. But I don't think you should limit yourself even if you grow. Thoughts, Sapphire?
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. So what you said there is pretty much like what I'm getting out of it is you set a strong purpose for why you're creating. And I think that is so essential for every creator. If you decide you just want to start creating just to start creating, you could do that. But I think if you sit down and you really ask yourself, why am I doing this? That it's going to create your content to be so much stronger. It's going to create your community to be so much stronger. And it's going to ultimately make your willpower stronger to create. And that's what you did, Panda. And I think that's one of the reasons why your community can see it and I can see it and everyone can see that you work so hard on your content and that you care about everybody. Because you have that purpose. Yeah.
I'm making my like aw sound. Like, aw, okay. my heart. No, but really, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And it's always good to support those around you as well. Also, let's talk about chain effect, guys. Do you know? Okay, story time. Just random off the chart story. So I actually found Sapphire by her music video. If you've not seen her music video, what are you doing with your life? Like her VR music video. And I was like, what is this? And then I found the rest of your content, Sapphire. And her videos helped me in part with me becoming a VTuber in direction, I would have to say, more so than anything else. And like Sapphire, from my understanding, you were streaming with your face, with your real face at the beginning, and then you did your avatar once you start going into this, but you kind of took your moment when you realized like this is where people needed help, right? Because you saw like when you made the first video about VTubing, that people were like, oh my gosh, and then you went with it.
Yeah, I mean, I always had a purpose to help creators, much like your own goals. But for me, when I started VTubing, it was an experiment. Like I was like, this looks really cool. It's creative. It's fun. I want to try it. So I tried it. And then I was like, wow, there's really zero information out here on how to become a VTuber. So I'm going to make a video and show people, because I remember how frustrated I was when I was trying to figure out like, how does this actually work? I just want to be an anime waifu. Why can't I find something? Yeah. That
was like literally the thing of why, like, but if we want to get down to it, I just wanted to be anime. And I keep saying that. I just wanted to be anime now. That's all I wanted. And now I am.
True purpose.
It was my true purpose to be anime. Ooh, we got another question in the community. Okay. Yeah. All right. It says, I have a question from Miss Sun Squirrel. I am basically ready to stream myself, whether it be scuffed or not. Oh, I'm stopping you right there. Scuff is not a bad word. It is not a derogatory word. I embrace the scuff, guys. I even like put it in my title sometime, because scuff happens and it should be mistakes. Never be afraid of mistakes. And especially with these models, guys, scuff will happen and can happen. And then I just saw Sapphire's face.
I literally,
you were nomming.
I can't even tell you how many like how many awkward conversations I've had to have while coaching because something scuff happens with my avatar when I'm sharing screens, talking to my avatar, and I'm like in a very professional setting, and I'm like, I'm sorry, my model is not fully optimized yet. Forgive me.
It's so funny though. There's no forgiveness needed. It's fun. It adds to the entertainment. Now, continuing, however, I wanted my artist best friend to be with me on day one at least. But lately, she's acted weird, saying once I stream, I'll meet cooler people than her and replace her as my friend and artist, all of the above. Ooh, this is like interpersonal relationships too. Okay, so to unpack this delicate situation, basically you have a friend who thinks they're going to be left behind once you start streaming and you'll become one of the quote-unquote cool kids. What are those? I've never met one of them cool kids.
What? I'm sitting right next to you.
Sapphire, you're a gem. It's different.
It's different.
It's different and better. A gem is better than a cool kid. But what I'm trying to say is that actually very much sounds like that friend is very insecure and possibly possessive. So there's two things going on there that don't sound good. But just assure your friend that you're friends, and no matter what happens, like, that's going to stay the same. But if they're going to try to deter you from your dream and start getting a little bit toxic, it's good to recognize that and take, whatever steps you're going to take. You should never fear for others people's success, because that also reeks of insecurity, guys. And that does happen quite a lot in the VTuber community. There's toxicity wherever you go, guys, wherever you go. But one thing to really think about is, like, never be afraid of someone's success. Focus on yourself. Like, get hyped about what you're doing. Focus on you. And just, like, it's almost a tunnel vision you have to do, because it can turn quickly to toxic obsession of other people doing better to you. And that's a good skill to start right off when you start streaming. Just focus on you. Focus on what you're doing. I don't have much more to add to that. What do you think, Sapphire?
Literally everything you said, I think was, that was gold. And just to add a little bit on to the success thing, like them deterring you from your success. There's something I read recently. I've been doing a lot of reading, and I don't remember which book because it's like a collection. I'm not going to get into it right now, but it's like a whole thing of like books. But I heard about it. It was really cool. And people seem to think that there's a shortage. So I couldn't find the word shortage of success out there. Like that if there's like this many successful people, that's it. Like, that's as many successful people as there can be. Like, there's a shortage. You better grab it now because only a few people can be successful. That's actually false. That's a fallacy that people build up in their minds, and it's an illusion. Actually, the success of others is the success of you as well. Because if the people in your immediate area are being successful, that means that you have the likelihood too. We've all heard the whole, you become the 5 people you surround yourself by. So, like, all the closest 5 people in your immediate circle, you become those people. So if you're all pushing each other to constantly be as successful as you could possibly be, that's only going to make each other continue to benefit from it. Because then you can come back, you can report your findings, you can say, guys, hey, this is what worked for me. And again, everybody just starts getting on that upward trajectory, gets to share and gets to all learn and grow from each other. And again, if your friend is deterring you from that, like Panda said, you can tell them, I'm here for you, I'm your friend. But if they continue to do that, big red flags. But I would encourage to try to lift them up to where you are. But if they're not taking it and you're trying to lift them up to help them be successful in whatever they want to, not somebody you want in your life. Rethink your friend or friends.
Oh, yes. Preach. Honestly, this reminds me, I had friends who wanted to do VTubing, or more so I told them about VTubing and they were like, oh, that's so cool. But they never really came around to doing it. And so I had to walk alone, I had to continue with my journey. Again, if you can't lift them up with you, you kind of have to go show row. I have another question, but do you have any questions in your community? Because we can go back and forth.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Also, guys, make sure you're putting question marks in front of things. Also, welcome into Lena-san, and I think Punk was your name. Okay, so Unknown Network says, do y'all think male VTubers had a harder time growing than female VTubers? Or do you guys think that male VTubers are missing something content-wise, or how they project themselves in order to grow?
I love this question so much, but Sapphire, this time you go first. I feel like we've talked about this one. So Sapphire,
Yeah.
tell them what's up.
Yeah. So with the whole male versus female VTubers, I don't care what gender you are, in respect to every single gender out there, I don't care what gender you are, it has nothing to do with your success. Sure, there's things that you could say that like females can do or female VTubers advantage they have, absolutely not true. Your mind and your mindset is what you need to work on. If you think that there's a problem with being a male VTuber, you can't grow because you're a male VTuber, that's a terrible mindset to have. You will limit yourself to whatever beliefs you have. If you believe that you're not going to grow because you're a male VTuber, you will not grow because of that thought process. Not because you're a male VTuber, but because you think that that's the problem. So you need to expand your beliefs and tell yourself that you can do anything you set your mind to. So that's the first thing to work on there. And number two, it's absolutely false. Males, I think the reason there's an illusion that males aren't growing as fast as females is because one, I think the ratio of females to males is very small. I think there's a lot less male VTubers than female VTubers, which makes sense. Like, then if it seems like more female VTubers are being successful, duh, if there's like 100 to 1, yeah, there's 99 more chances for a female VTuber to be successful compared to the male 1. So of course it's gonna look that way. So there's that as well. But two, I think males, and this is not zero sexism, guys, like taking a step back here. I think that sometimes males have a little bit of a hard time wrapping their mind around the creative end of creating a character. And like I said, zero sexism, but I was just thinking about it. And it's just because if you look at a lot of male VTubers, their designs aren't very unique. But the male VTubers that have standed out have very, very beautiful designs. I think it goes back to branding and VTuber design. Like, take a look at how you can make your character unique. How can you make your character stand out, right? What's gonna make them stand out amongst all the other male VTubers? So I think that those are some good points. What do you think, Panda?
I mean, everything you said is what I believe as well. But to add on to that, like design, I agree with that. I just with the design itself, like there seems to be like a generic design that goes a lot with, I see it a lot more often in male VTubers. And it's just like, there's a whole universe of things you could be. If we branch out, we can see, you know, what there could be. I mean, there's a salary orc on YouTube. What's his name? Randon? And that's amazing. Yes. Yeah, and that's an amazing concept. A salary orc, and he wears a suit. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, get into your imagination and create what you want to. Because trust me. Come close here. Trust me, there is an audience for people looking for those husbandos. You know what I mean? Like, everyone will be talking about the waifus, but there is a major audience for husbandos as well. You don't feel like there's no one, guys. There is viewers for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And because like I think it's more perception than anything else, as Sapphire said. It's more perception, and it should not deter you in any way. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question here, and it says, how do you come up with a unique design or theme for your stream? Rhymes. All right, so I'll have you take this one too first, Sapphire.
Sure. Yeah, so for unique design or theme, for one, I think it starts with your character. If you're a VTuber, ask yourself, what kind of aesthetic are you going for? A place I like to start is Pinterest. If you just go to Pinterest, you can scroll through and you can start favoriting and saving things, and then the page customizes itself based off of the things that you like. So it will keep making your page more of what you like. And that could be a good way to see what kinds of aesthetics that you're really into. So that could be a great place to start with what types of colors to design for your VTuber, what types of clothing, what types of hair, because you'll just go on Pinterest and it'll start suggesting you things that you like based off of other things. So all you literally have to do, it's like Instagram, like you go through, you like things, go to Pinterest, save pins, and then it'll start suggesting you and handing to you visuals. And then you can build a character pretty much based off of that. And another place to start with is just like things you like. Like I really enjoy space and pastels and sparkles and magic, and plus it goes along with the lore and the purpose. Remember Panda said her purpose earlier. Why did she start streaming? To be able to help other creators and create a cozy atmosphere. Well, what makes you think of cozy? You know, she has a cozy campfire theme, right? So it goes along with her brand. So ask yourself, what is your purpose as a content creator, and what symbolism or symbols can help you represent that more? So again, my community is I want to transform your life and help you become a better creator. So we hook a lot onto magic and the magical girl transformation because it plays along with my brand and helps you experience me and my character Sapphire in a way that's going to elevate what I'm doing to serve the purpose and make it that much more clear to you that this is the type of energy you can expect here.
And I feel like that's super solid advice. Like honestly, it's like creating a D&D character. Like it's almost as intensive and just as fun. Like, but you can pull from anything. Think of like a D&D character, but you have no limit of what you can pull from. And you want it to be just something that really speaks to you, you know? Like it's almost like trying a pair of clothes on to me. Like if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. But I swear to you, once you have your design in mind and the character, it just fits and you're like, it's that. I can't really snap, guys. Someone snap for me. Sapphire, can you snap?
I got you. Can you hear it? Did you hear it?
I can't, but I believe in it. I believe it was there. But yeah, it will just click into place. The thing is, it's like, it really should vibe with who you are or who you're going to be playing. It really should just be something that comes easy, because if you're going to be playing a character and it's something really far from even something you can identify with, it's going to be a struggle. So almost just create something that's close to home and fits right here. And for me also, what's more as cozy as a bear, right? A panda bear. all the good vibes. That's kind of where I went with me.
That's cool. I didn't even think about that too. That panda and the whole like cozy bear vibes.
Yeah.
That's good. Plus mint
Thank you,
chocolate chip
Shrek.
ice cream.
Yeah. Yep, my chocolate chip mint. That was more accidental than anything else, but it's here now. But yeah, chocolate chip mint theme. Thank you, Shrek. I did want to let you know, Sapphire, Sun, who asked the previous question before, just said thank you so much, you know.
Aww.
And I just want to let them know that like it's so hard with friendships, guys, and jealousy. I feel like that goes a little bit more away as you get older, but you know, they're always hard. They're always tricky. But thank you for asking us.
Yeah, you'll always be learning and growing. We believe in you.
We believe.
Yes. Yes. All right, I have another question too.
Cool.
Okay. Honey asks, I'm worried about cultivating thirsty people and people making inappropriate comments and fan art. Comes from experience I've had. What are your thoughts? You can start, Panda.
Can you say it one more time? My brain floofed.
No,
This
it's okay.
happens often.
No, this happens to me all the time. Honey said, I'm worried about cultivating thirsty people and people making inappropriate comments and fan art. It comes from experience I've had. What are your thoughts?
Yes! Now let's talk boundaries, y'all.
Yeah, boundaries.
So, you can totally make your streaming content family friendly. And you just have to be super clear on the rules. The mods in your chat have to know, like, you basically... People are going to do that, but if you really cultivate a community and put like the rules are, this is family friendly, I do not want art that is lewd, I don't want you to, you know, treat me kind of like objectively, in that objective way, most of your viewers will respect it because they're there to support you. Sure, I'm sure someone might break the rules every now and then, but it's really about setting your own boundaries. But it could still happen, so it's kind of a fear that like you have to kind of confront that it still may happen, but set up those boundaries so you know how to deal with it appropriately. And that's definitely like where you can put your rules in your about me on Twitch, but you have to kind of enforce that yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think even when you put down those boundaries, there's still people that are gonna come in and violate it, and that's just the natural, like, that's just how it is. You know, there's always crazy people that come in and break the rules, break the laws. That happens on a daily basis. We can see that happening. So again, do your best you can. Make sure your mods know, like Panda said, make sure you set that up in your rules. Take as many precautionary things you can. And know that too, if you've had experience with like kind of like a weird or lewd community previously, that making that transition can be hard. I was never like that, but I wasn't always a family friendly streamer. And making the transition from being, I don't want to say not family friendly, but just from not really established to family friendly. There's a lot of people that left my community, but it's good that they left because you don't want those people around anyways. And now my community's grown even bigger and better because I made a choice that would fit who I am and my brand better. So if it's something you're thinking of moving into as well, if you were in a sus area and you kind of want to make things more cozy, don't be afraid to try it and see if it works better for you.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have nothing more to add to that. That's great. It's a bumpy road, the content creation and creating your community, but it's always fun. You just kind of have to take the highs with the lows. Do you have any more questions on your side?
Yeah, I got a few lined up. We can switch off if you have any, but I'll... Cool.
Not at the moment, but yes.
Okay. So Skull Kid asks, do any specific creators inspire you guys?
Oh!
You can start.
He's sitting right here. Oh my. Yes. No, like, but 100%, honestly, no jokes, none of that. Sapphire is super inspiring because she's literally giving a roadmap to being a content creator, not holding back information, not kind of being like, I will be the only one who knows. She is helping so many. Her community is thriving. And what's amazing about that is that a lot of people are more protective and defensive, whereas Sapphire is more open. And that's hard to be, guys. What Sapphire is doing should not be taken for granted because, like, essentially what she's giving is, like, potential for, like, what some people would see as competition. But as we said, that's a stupid mentality. That's stupid. Sapphire's on her own amazing journey. We just get to be on the ride. And I just love Sapphire's vibe. Sapphire, I love your face. This is a smush fest. Here's a s'more. Take a s'more.
I want one. Nom, nom.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I really do want a s'more right now. But besides that, is there anyone else? You know, at this time, I'm just focused on Sapphire. So no, there's no one else. Oh, no, just kidding. There's a lot of people. A shout out to Maria, who's actually modding my chat right now. Maria's Latte. If you're not following her, what are you doing with your life? She's a very comfortable streamer. Very good vibes, always trying new things in her community. She's a mumsy, you know, a family woman, and she just is the sweetest person. And I love communities that are kind. I love them. So shout out to Maria too, because she's thriving and she gives a good space for people. What about you, Sapphire?
I love Maria. Now, you know I gotta hit you with that no you card. No you,
no
you.
No, not the reverse Uno. It can't be. Now we have to go into anime mode.
Oh my gosh.
Dun, dun,
no,
dun.
for real though. Panda, thank you for inspiring me. Every time we've talked about ideas and like you've given me ideas or things you've thought about doing with your community, it's been really inspiring to push me to just be better, and challenge myself and my community. And just going back to more people that inspire me that I'm like directly talk to as well is you, and as well as VTuber Senpai. Super duper appreciate him. He's helped me in so many ways challenge my mindset to always be better than I am. And like I told you guys, you become the friends that you surround yourself by. You become the mentors you surround yourself by. So this is a really important question. You know, who inspires you? Who pushes you to be your best self? That can be your friends. Somebody else that inspires me in my immediate circle is my mom. She is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. She is so selfless. She is so giving. She would jump in front of a car for you. She would jump in front of a car for a stranger. She's an amazing person and she has sacrificed so much for me and she has helped me be able to be a content creator and be here with you guys today. I wouldn't be able to be living my dreams if it wasn't for her. And she works so hard and I grab my work ethic from her as well. She works so hard. I see her always just working her tail off. She is a teacher and there's a lot of work that goes into teaching. You guys know this because I run an educational channel, a YouTube channel, but and as far as people outside of me, people that I really look up to, one is going to be Devin Nash. I really love Devin Nash. He is a very philosophical person, an analytical person, and I just really look up to his viewpoints. Super duper amazing person. And I guess lastly, outside of myself is my community members, because you guys always bring something fresh to the table. You always bring in new projects. You're always working on something. You say, hey, look at this new music piece I worked on. Look at this game that I'm developing. Look at this VTuber I'm creating. You guys inspire me to want to keep being better and pushing myself because y'all are chasing your dreams. And there's nothing more beautiful than to see all of us putting together our powers, which is our art, our creativity, and pushing each other to be better. So I would say that's probably my response for who's inspiring me at this exact moment in my life.
I love that. Also, I have like the softest spots for the mumsies,
Yeah.
supportive mumsies. My mom is also a saintly woman in all the ways, so I felt that in my bones.
Yes.
And I don't know why I did that sound effect. I noticed that as I've streamed as a VTuber, I make more sound effects now. Like when I fight, there are literally sound effects in the game, and I'm like, hiya, 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 hi, ha, shwa.
That's good. That's a part of your brand. You need to. I love it.
It's cursed. Okay, it's fine. But keep going with yours. Keep going with yours because you have quite a few.
Yeah, sure. Let me hold on. See where we. Okay. Next, we have a question from Animated Philosophy. Animated Philosophy is a super cool individual. Animated says, Sapphire, any tips for prioritizing the order I work on my projects? I have tons of ideas, but I'm at the point where I just need to get some things out. I'll let you take this one first, Panda.
I did not floof again. That's not what pandas do.
Please
no,
read
it's
it
okay.
again, Sapphire. Please
I
read
got
it again.
you. I'm like
Thank
that
you.
too. I just have days where I'm just like, what? Yeah. All right, no worries. So, Animated Philosophy says, whoops, leave me alone, phone. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Stop. Okay, my phone was yelling at me. Animated Philosophy says, Sapphire, any tips for prioritizing the order I work on my projects? So he's asking for how do I prioritize what I'm working on? I have tons of ideas, but I'm at the point where I need to just get some things out. So really, it boils down to how do I prioritize and like what do I choose first if I have so many ideas?
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is that I know Sapphire will tell you, she'll probably go more into this. She has a Trello board, so this is how she prioritizes and ticks off her projects day by day. If you're trying to do like a process of elimination though, it's again where you need to write them all down and kind of look at effort. Like effort, what actually brings you more joy where you're at. Should you do the small effort ones first? And then just kind of like put them in a category of like what I can get done now and what I can get done later, and also what I want to get done more than the others. And like you just play around with it. Honestly, if you can visualize it and put it all down, it's easier to check off. Lists are your friends. Putting it down and visualizing it is much easier than having it all up in your head and being like, I'm in a maze and I don't know where I am, and ooh, a pony, like. If that made sense to anyone, thank you. But oh, Sapphire, thank you. Okay, your turn.
No, it absolutely did. Visualizing is so important. So like you said, making lists, creating clarity is the biggest thing. If you have a bunch of projects, create an outline, like clarity for all of them. Like Panda said, checklists, step by step, how to get it done. Lay all the things you have out, because first of all, chances are you have a lot of projects, but you're probably making it out to be a lot more than it actually is in your mind. Because usually when we actually write stuff down and we see it in front of us, we're like, oh, it really wasn't as complicated or as many projects as I really had thought was going on. So first of all, write them all down. Maybe write some actionable steps out to complete all of them. And then like Panda said, you can choose them. And there's a system that Panda was talking about, I believe, as well. I have this in one of my journals, but you can write a list next to all your project names, or you can write number 1 through 5, like 1, and then you go horizontally across the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circle the amount of importance of that task and that idea. Is it a 1 or is it a 5? Is it a 3? Is it a 2? And then you can start choosing your projects based off of importance. But also if you get sick of working on one of those projects, remember that you can bounce between other ones to refresh your mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
We're still good on my side if you still want to go with your questions.
Yeah.
We'll kind of go through these first so we can get these done for you guys.
Sure. So Anna Banana asks, hello Anna Banana, I believe it's your first time here. Do you ever get worried about breaking character and talking too much about yourself?
I'll take this one. Guess what, guys? This is me. You thought I was playing a character? You thought this rambling fluff brain was fake? I fooled you all. For me, I chose to do my real personality. I have lore as kind of more of a fun thing to play with in the background, but this is me, guys. And honestly, okay, so two things. Like, it's so much easier for me to stream personally if I'm just using my own personality, because it's almost like, what do we call that? It's almost like you, if you lie so much, like you forget all the lies, you can't really be believable. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right thing. What I'm saying is like, it's easier for me to use my real personality, and so that's not as hard. I know character. I can't speak for this for myself, but character VTubers that I know, what they do is they again align it with something that really resonates with them. As I was saying earlier, um, I feel like I've come to the end of this tunnel, and now all I want are s'mores. Sapphire, please take over. Please help,
Yes,
help,
eat some
drowning.
s'mores. Yeah, you're okay.
Thank you.
No,
Okay.
no, you're okay. So yeah, get worried about breaking character. You can, if you ever feel like you don't have a lot to say, you could take a BRB. You could be like, yeah, guys, I gotta take a BRB. Like, but in character, like you can throw it in your in character. Guys, I gotta take a BRB, whatever your character voice is. So don't be afraid to take a break if you feel like you are going to break character. But talking too much about yourself, no, because most of the people that are at your stream want to hear about you as a creator and share their experiences with you. I always enjoy when streamers talk about themselves. It doesn't bother me, and that's why I'm there. I like listening about their lives and getting to connect with them. So I don't think there's like such a thing as like them talking too much about themselves. But worried about breaking character, I play like a little bit in character and out of character. Sometimes I shift into like being the goddess. Hold on, I gotta shift my vocals here. People won't hear it on your end, but they'll hear it on my end. Hold on. I gotta shift these vocals. So sometimes I play in character with like this little reverb goddess voice. I'll go, hello, my name is Sapphire. Welcome to the Sapphire Star. You're now a celestial magical girl. And I sort of switch into these modes. And that's something that I found to be really comfortable for me. So also don't force yourself to play in character if it's not true to who you are and what your content is. Just because you see other VTubers playing in character doesn't mean you need to do that. You could play out of character, you could be in character, or you can choose like a little bit of both like I do.
Yeah, that's perfect way of saying it. I wouldn't worry about breaking character. The only caveat I would say about talking about yourself, it's very easy to be doxxed. So it depends, like what information you're giving people. Just be safe. People can take something and go a mile, but you can talk about yourself. For example, in my community, sometimes we just talk about how our days went, and I'm, honest about it. That's great. It's good. But the only caveat is if you don't want to be doxxed, be careful about what you say. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can use playing in character. That's kind of one of the reasons I use playing in character, because I'll be like, when somebody asks me how old I am, I'll be like, oh, I'm as old as time. And like people can find out how old I am if they really want to look for it, but I don't usually say. And like if they say like, where are you from? I say I'm from the Sapphire Star. Or if they come in saying like, hi, from Brazil, I'm like, oh, I'm from the Sapphire Star. So again, you can sort of like pull a little bit from lore and play in character to not talk too much about yourself so you don't accidentally dox yourself.
Oh man. It's happened, guys. It's happened.
Yeah.
Next question?
Yeah. All right, so we have Tryhard Giovanni. Welcome in, Tryhard Giovanni. Tryhard Giovanni says, how would you combine two styles that have no correlation with each other? For example, I really like gothic medieval type things, but I also really like 80s retro. Does it matter, or am I tripping? I think combine whatever you want. Like, that's what makes a unique VTuber character. Right?
Exactly. That is an awesome mix, and I'm here for it. I subscribe, I hit the follow. Like, that is amazing mix of, it's so cool. That's what I'm saying, is that you can literally just put things together and they work. Like mint chocolate interdimensional panda. Does that like someone would think of right away? Not really, but it is. That's what I am. So it is, you can put it all together, but that combination is gold to me. So yes, I want to see it. Let it happen.
Let it happen.
Let it happen. I love the 80s.
Vox said she's 783 years old, real age. How did you know?
I'm actually 3,000 technically to my viewers' lore. So you're my big
sister.
Yep, I am the eldest of the sisters, and I'll be a year older tomorrow.
Yes, guys, it's Panda's birthday tomorrow. Can we get some happy birthdays in the chat? Happy birthday to PandahPat!
Oh my
happy
gosh.
birthday! I'd start a chant if I was on Twitch, but I can't.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for the shout out. I shall I'll be at that age where I can tell kids to get off my lawn, right? 3001. That's the age I've been waiting for, where I'm like, get off my lawn. Shaking my stick.
I got you.
Thank you guys for the happy birthdays. I appreciate it. Oh.
We got the birthday hype from my chat. Animated Philosophy says happy birthday. Jolena and Fluorite and Rise Zavanic says happy birthday.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Panda is a boomer. What? I'm actually more than a boomer if I'm 3,000 years old. I'm like a...
You're a like quadruple boomer.
I'm boomer times 12. Boomer squared. I don't know.
Boomer squared.
I'm just ancient in my lore. But thank you guys so much for the love and shout out. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Which is funny because like right after this, I'm going to be, doing what streamers do, planning for the next stream. So birthday stream tomorrow. Let's go. Yay. It feels like it's already tomorrow, Sapphire. It's one of those days.
Oh my gosh.
It's one of those days where I'm like, what time is it? Who am I? Where am I? Yeah, where am I? You know what I just noticed is that your ears twitch now and
when
like they jiggle. Down. Jiggle physics to ears is the best thing. Oh my gosh.
I had the jiggle physics.
I can't wait until the nose twitches. The nose twitch physics. Where you could do like the rabbit nose.
I do have like, there should be blend shapes for my nose, but I don't think they're exaggerated like that. And it's harder to see on an anime character.
Oh, that's true.
But when I get my realistic model, which is going to be coming hopefully in January.
It's going to look so good. Excited. I'm so excited for you. Ah. Okay, but let's talk about addiction of like updating your model. Let's talk about this addiction. Let's talk about addiction, guys. Class, we're here to talk about addiction to VTuber model updating. The thing is that once you've joined this world, you love your model, but then there's so many updates to like animations, styles, and you're like, oh, I'd kind of like to have an update. And it's every day. It's all the time. And you hold back, of course, probably for finances and other reasons, but it never stops, does it, Sapphire? You just want like 100 outfits, all these animations. It never stops. It's an addiction. It's real. It's a real one. The only thing holding us back is probably finances. Oh.
Absolutely.
Maria just said totally not guilty of having 20 outfits.
Yes, Maria! Girl, 3D. Can I steal from your closet? Let me get some of those outfits.
I'm so jealous of 3D, MD Roy. You guys can swap it out like no tomorrow. 2D, we're limited. Limited by our own skill. I want my Coke Zero t-shirt. This is all I want.
Yes. Okay, but on that note, on the whole like VTuber update, question for you, Pando. When do you think is an appropriate time to update your model? When should you update your model? How often should you be updating? How often should you not be updating?
Okay, so opinion only on this. For marketing purposes, you need to give time for people to get familiar with your concept. From just like, you're just VTubing for fun, no cares, you can change on a dime. You could be a cat girl one day, a moose another, and the next day be like the Bob Marley of the VTuber world. This is the extremes, but you could do it.
I knew you looked kind of different today. I thought there was something different.
Yeah, something different. But like, I think for marketing purposes, it takes a lot to create kind of the persona, the brand. I think it's good for like a 6-month period to stay solid in what you have, and then after that 6 months, kind of go from there from updates.
Yeah.
Because people get attached to what they see. And so if you're going to do updates, it should be kind of more of like, this is a big thing that's going to happen, this change, because it creates excitement, it keeps with your marketing and branding. So I would say 6 months would be my measure. What would be yours?
Yeah, that's really solid. I agree. And like, you don't want to change your branding so much to where people like don't recognize who you are. So I think that 6 months rule is a good one, especially when starting out. And then you could start making like little adjustments here and there. Because I'd say like this model I'm currently rocking, it's not really Sapphire. It's more like a chibi Saph. Like a chibi Sapphire. So you can get like different modes of it too. But as far as updating goes, yeah, 6 months, like start with 6 months and possibly I would say even up to a year for like your model concept. And that doesn't mean you can't make little changes and updates to improve the quality. But if you're gonna do like full on shifts, I would say you can update your model, do at least one big update like per year. Like one big update per year, whether that's like a new outfit or a like skin. Because I always talk about this. The cool thing about being a VTuber is you can have like skins. So if you want to rock a specific style that doesn't really go with your brand, you can create a version of that character and call it a skin, like in League of Legends or Smite. Those are video games, and in Fortnite too, like they have skins. So you can consider making like another variation of your model in that aesthetic. But I'd say maybe once a year for some really big like new thing coming in, and then like try to do little visual updates to your current model if you can.
Yep. I agree. I just think that there's nothing more to say. Just that's a good timeline. Good timeline. But like we're not stopping you guys. Again, if you want to be Bob Marley, please be Bob Marley.
Actually, I
would
don't know
love
if you
it.
can do that without getting in trouble.
Well,
like...
sometimes you gotta live on the edge, Sapphire. Sometimes you gotta look at the copyright gods and say, no.
Get your s'mores. Get out of here.
They could be a VTuber, esque Bob Marley. They could be a Rastafarian type VTuber. Don't limit their dreams. They could be Bob Harley. Bob Marley on a Harley. Yeah. That somewhat looks like Bob Marley. I don't know. Anyway, this is fun. Next question, please. Panda's gonna take a drink of water.
Right. I believe we're caught up right now. Yo, if you guys have any more questions, make sure you send a question in chat. You can ask us pretty much anything content creation related. Make sure it's appropriate, please. Family friendly. Put question marks in front of your question. Oh, we have one that just came in as I said that. Perfect.
Yep.
Arwin says, oh, I like that name. Pretty name. Arwin says, so is it a good idea to have a still 2D PNG along with a 3D one? I'm still working on drawing mine, and I just got a tablet to be able to draw. So, you want me to start here?
Yeah, you got it.
Sure. So, to still have a 2D PNG along with a 3D one. I don't know if you mean when you say PNG, if you mean a PNG tuber, you're saying like you're rigging a 2D model. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. But I would say you're definitely able to have more than one mod. Like if you have a 2D model and you have a 3D model, like utilize what you have right now and then keep making little updates and progress as you can. So if you have a 2D model, you can use that. And then when you finish your 3D one, you can use that. And then you can swap back and forth. Like I've used my 2D model sometimes my 3D, depending what I'm feeling like. And you'll notice the bigger VTubers too, they have 3D models and 2D models. So use both. Utilize what you have. Don't use not having things as an excuse to not create. Use what you got. Move forward and make updates as you can, Arwen.
Yeah, no, I agree. I started off with 3D V-Roids and then I went into getting a live 2D. I think you having both is great. Having the versatility, especially if like, you know, your resource heavy live 2D is not working, you can go back to your 3D or a PNG. Also, Maria was pointing out here that some people even use like them for different redeems. So, you know, you can use your different versions for different redeems and have it be part of your channel. You can have both, but don't feel bad if you don't have both. Don't even feel bad if you just have a picture. You're still a valid VTuber regardless. Like, you know? But like, yeah, I don't think people should limit it. That'd be weird if someone said, if you are 2D VTuber, you cannot be 3D VTuber. Like, that would be weird. I don't know why I did a French accent, but you know, that's what's happening. Like, bonjour. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yes, and just reinforcing that you can be both. You're not just only being one. If people tell you that, don't listen to them.
Thank you, Arwen. I also love your name because it's an elf name. The next question is actually a really good one from Jolina.
Yes. Here, you can say
Yeah, I'll read it from yours, but it's how do you stop from comparing your model to others? Do you want to take this one first, Sapphire, or me?
I'll let you start. You start.
Hello, chat. Comparison is the thief of joy. First, comparison is the thief of joy. I think if it's in your personality to be envious, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. But the thing is that you have to allow yourself to like live in your own skin or live in your own model, so to speak. And Also, you can make updates later. That's what the great thing is you can make updates. But I just feel like if you focus so much on like, wow, they have such a better model on me, they're going to be like, get so much more attention. That attitude is not a successful attitude. Like, it's just not. It's really like focus on yourself, have fun in your streams. People are going to come to see your content, not just for the model, guys. There's so many models out there of all kinds of qualities. Like, we're getting everything out there. What's really going to be important is what you're bringing as a person. And that it's more powerful than any model is ever going to be. People will come for you, not the model at the end of the day. They might initially be like, pretty model, but as they get to know you, they're like, oh man, like, And honestly, I started with no model at all. I was just a voice. And then I eventually got PNGs and 3D models. And some of them were super scuffy. But you know what? People still came and had a good time. So don't limit yourself. And also, the comparison thing is, as a creator, you really have to rein it in. And it takes time and effort. But you gotta do it, because if you're not living your own life and you keep sitting over there kind of being like, man, they're living their own life and I'm so jealous of that, nothing good comes of that anyway.
Yeah. So what are actionable steps? Like, if you start feeling jealous, what is the first thing you would do?
Oh, okay, that's good. So if you're starting to feel jealous, kind of look at that person as an actual person and think of, man, they'd probably be really hurt if I was feeling all these negative feelings to them. And then kind of be like, you know what? I'm going to be like, they're great. That's awesome. They have that. And then kind of go back in and be like, I may not have that, but I do have this, or I could work on this, and kind of bring it in, pull it back to you, and not like obsess. So basically, if you start doing that, look at them as a person and treat them with respect. And no one wants to have that kind of bad energy pointed at them. And they didn't do anything wrong, They're just living their life, and it won't make any effect to them what you feel. So like, it's wasted feelings, and so you just have to rein it back in. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. Because we forget, when we see people from the outside, we forget that they're real humans and they have real feelings and they have their own journey as well. And we got to be respectful of that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then I guess I agree with everything Panda said. And one more thing to consider. This is not going to work for everyone. I always just try to bring an alternative perspective to what Panda says to give you guys many options. Mm-hmm. Even if it seems a little, I don't know if I want to use the word controversial, but for when you start... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, just do it. I was rudely interrupting and I need to be smacked.
No.
I'm going to sip my water now. Continue.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so something that like I've been toying with this idea. I haven't like fully done it yet, but not even just like setting it jealousy and comparison aside. Sometimes there's so much noise on social media. There's so many competitors, there's so many people, there's so many allies. Actually that brings up 2 points, so I'll bring up 2 points. One is if you need to just unfollow or disconnect yourself from some people for a while because you need to work on yourself, or you notice that you keep getting angry feelings when interacting with that person or seeing their content, don't look at it. Like, don't subject your brain to that kind of energy. So distancing yourself from it, I say, is one good thing if you need to take like a hiatus from visiting their social page or whatever the case may be. Please definitely do that. Number two, the other thing that helped me a lot recently too, is you actually want to see that all the people in your immediate area, like I mentioned earlier, those are actually your allies, because their success means your success. If there's a competitor, somebody that makes similar content to you on YouTube or on Twitch, and they start to bring more people to the platform or more people to their videos, chances are that they're also bringing more people to your videos, because if you're in their suggested or create similar content, you have more opportunities to be seen as well. So actually look at it as these are your allies that are, the more successful that they are, the more it creates a market for your niche or for the types of content you're working on, and therefore the wealth and the abundancy grows. And I believe in abundancy. I believe there's more than enough to go around.
Yep. You put it more eloquently than I did. Basically,
no!
It was good.
Why do we just talk about comparison? Each is more.
I'm eating it.
s'mores.
I'm
I'm gonna fight
I'm
you.
eating it. I'm nomming it. I'm not
Nom, nom,
comparing. I'm
nom.
just saying you have an eloquent voice. Let me compliment you, woman. Anyway.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, we got some more questions on your side.
Yeah, I'll go to Black Redneck first. Also, hi Black, I hope you're doing well. Black Redneck says, I have one question for the both of you. Let's say you have you dislike your name or branding as a whole. How much time before you change your whole branding? So in other words, when should you change your branding if you have something that's already established and you realize, wait, I actually don't like this?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Ooh. Okay, give me a moment.
Yeah.
I didn't poof this brain, guys. Poof the brain. The brain is here. I'm sitting on it.
No,
Do you want
I
to
can
go
go
first?
first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, so again, if you want to change your branding, that's hard if you're already established, because as Panda and I were saying earlier, if people recognize you as a figure or for what you specifically are, you get a lot of backlash. So first off, you want to make sure if you're going to change your branding, you don't want to alienate your current audience. So number one, I'd say do it slow. Don't just do it at a snap of your finger, change everything. Unless sometimes that might be necessary. Sometimes you might need to do snap of your finger. But if you can, and if you have the opportunity, do it slowly so you don't alienate your current audience. And just let people know. I think letting your audience know is the best thing you can do. Because if you just do it, they're going to be like, what? But if you're like, yo guys, I've been thinking lately and I just don't like this character design. I don't think it really lines up with my bigger all like branding purpose, or I really just want to rework the types of content I'm making. I'm going to start taking a direction that I prefer. And I found that in most cases, your audience will be supportive of the direction that you want to take. And rebranding, changing your name, all that stuff is really scary, but be vocal about it. Let your audience know, tell people on your socials, talk about it, and then do a slow change unless you have to do an immediate change. But try to do a slow change so you don't alienate your current audience.
So, I originally had original concept for VTuber, and I did change it after even like getting the whole setup for her. She was a cloud girl, guys. You can steal the idea. You can all be cloud girl.
Oh, cloud
girl. She was called Fluffy. I had the cloud girl idea, but I knew it didn't fit. So like I had done a lot of stuff to get everything ready for this, but I was at the beginning of my journey, so I just switched. When I got Panda felt way more me. So that was like at the very initial stage. Like I didn't have her for long. Like I had my original model and then switched over to that. So like I had this I did a switch, kind of a more immediate switch, but I didn't really have an audience at that point. So it didn't affect anything. I think it is much different if you have an established audience. And in that case, I would agree with what you said, Sapphire.
Yeah, agreed. So how did you know that taking the direction of PandahPat was going to be better than the Cloud Girl?
Well, the Cloud Girl concept was so solid, but the thing is I'm more of a tomboy, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm more of my energy is like spicy, say so, chaotic, you know? Like it goes everywhere kind of. But this Cloud Girl, she was more elegant. She seemed more put together. There was things about her that like when I looked at her, it didn't resonate. So when I was looking for a change and I got Panda, you know, made up Panda, the concept, it felt more me. Basically, she was too pretty. She was too pretty. I'm just kidding. Better to say she was too feminine. Where I know you guys look at this model and you think it's pretty feminine, but Cloud Girl was way more feminine. And I needed my tomboy energy.
Cloud Girl sneak peek?
What?
Cloud Girl sneak peek? No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it if you don't want to. I'm sorry.
I actually have her. I have her, but I can show it later. Maybe I'll throw it in your Discord and be like, I'll show you 1.0. But like, I didn't mind changing the concept because it was that thing where I didn't feel like it didn't resonate. It did, but it didn't. And you'll know. It's like a shoe. You're like Cinderella putting on a shoe. And if your toes don't fit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Toes don't fit, you're going to slip. So change it up. I don't think there's any shame in changing it up. However, caveat, is I feel there are people who are changing it because they want to copy a more successful VTuber, and I would extremely caution you against that. Like, copycat. Like, syndrome. And some people aren't aware they're doing that. But the thing is that if you choose a model that almost looks exactly like a successful VTuber, that is not the path to success. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, preach. I agree with that 100%. And I think another thing to look at here too is like, in going kind of back with branding and character development and being in character and all that stuff, is another thing is too is like, because this is something I struggled with, was what if you have a character idea, Panda, but you can't make that idea into full fruition? Like, you just don't have the resources to make that character what you want it to be yet. What would you suggest to those people?
If you don't have the resources, well, I didn't have the resources initially. Yeah. So, like, I used a PNG. I just used my voice first, guys. Like, I had a voice on Twitch, like, barely. And again, this was all around the same time, so a guy's timeline is a little fuzz. But, like, then I got a VTuber immediately. But I also use PNG. It's like, if you don't have the resources, first, streaming at all, just stream. Just start streaming. And then you could use a PNG, possible. You could use a stick figure in the meantime. You know what I'm meaning? Like, if you don't have the resources, it's okay just to use the basic of what you have. What you have is yourself. So you could just stream yourself. And if it's more of a question of like, oh, this is not the quality I want, patience.
Yeah. Because
you do not want to drop $3,000 and hate your VTuber.
Yeah.
Concept.
Yeah, I agree. Tis a good one.
Yep. I have a question.
Yes.
So Otters was asking tips on work-life balance, work and home, work and home balance tips. What are our best tips?
Me or you?
Would you like me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So my best tips for work life, work home, because this is like, I consider my job, because I do stream quite a bit now. It's a job. It's a hobby job, and it's fun. It's great. But what I would say is the best tip is, if it's making you miserable, stop. Like, if it's making you miserable, don't just push through misery. There's a difference than it being a little bit, Maria says a jobby, a hob. She combined the hobby job name. Sorry, that was making me laugh.
Oh,
a jobby, a jobby, a hob.
That's so good.
So, like, it's purpose too. It's kind of how you're like looking into things. My brain is fluff. So my best tips would be like, if you're miserable, a change needs to happen. Like, recognize that you're miserable, but don't keep pushing, because if you push through like utter misery, and there's a difference. There could be like, I'm a little uncomfortable right now, I'm not going the direction I need to go, then just like refocus on what you want and change. Don't become stagnant. Also, real life is out there, guys. You are going to need to go outside. You need to stand up. You need to enjoy life too.
Touch the grass.
You touch the grass, talk to your family and friends and loved ones. And also, this is being sucked into social media, and all of this is not a cure-all. If you have real issues, don't run from them, because like, this won't solve them at all. In fact, it will probably expose them. So my biggest tips is be self-aware and take care of yourself out there, and touch that grass, yo. And I'm done. Your turn.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that you say that too, because I'm kind of the person that will push myself through misery, but you're absolutely right. And that's something I've been coming to terms with lately too. Don't make yourself miserable. Like, if it's not something that you don't want to do, but I agree with that. That's a really cool perspective to hear. So thank you, Panda.
Thank you.
And just touching on work-life balance, I think I've talked about this a few times, but there's a really great book that I read that has changed. And I don't want to say work-life balance, because I've been a full-time content creator for about a year now, but I was going to school before too, which was, you could consider my job. But what I started doing was, I started slipping in little bits of areas where I could, devoted to my content. And eventually my content grew enough to where I could, slip out of doing school. I didn't plan on slipping out of school, but that's what happened. And slip out of school, and I say that, I don't mean like I dropped out because I couldn't handle it. It's like, no, made the conscious choice to put more time into my content and position myself so that I could do that. So for work-life balance, I think that it's very important to figure out how much time you want to dedicate, you know, when you get home from it. And again, you don't have to have an all or nothing mentality. You don't have to say, I just went to work for 8 hours and now I'm going to come home and I'm going to work on my project or my VTubing for like another 4 hours and then get no sleep and drink coffee in the morning and do it all over again. Don't do that to yourself. Like, it's still progress to work on it 1 hour at a time, and hopefully you can eventually increase that to multiple hours at a time and maybe start taking less hours at work if your hobby starts growing into more of a business for you. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, which I was going to say, which changed my life, was this book that I read called Ignite Your Light. I forget the author's name, and she talks about, I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm super religious. I'm kind of Christian, split with like Wiccan, and that's sort of like energy vibes. And this book talks a lot about energy. So not everybody believes in energy. I believe in energy, but the whole energy concept is at different times of day, you will have a different energy. Like when you wake up in the morning, at night, when the moon is at its highest, in the middle of the afternoon, and you're going to feel differently. You might feel more groggy in the afternoon, but that's okay, because that's the natural rhythm of your body, and everybody has a different body. So figure out when your high energy times are so that you can dedicate that time to your passion projects or your hobbies and best utilize your day to your advantage, because it's going to be hard if you're trying to make use of your work or your hobbies during a very low energy cycle for you. Like maybe you have a low energy cycle at night, so you get home from your job 9 to 5 whatever, and then you're like, oh man, I just don't have the energy. Well, maybe you need to get up at like 5 a.m. then and work on your stuff early in the morning. And you're going to have to be disciplined in that. But again, don't make yourself miserable, like Panda said, but find a healthy balance in there according to your bodies and your energies. And that's, I think, sort of the happy medium there. Yeah.
I like that. I like finding the best times that suit you. And also knowing that pushing yourself, quality over quantity is what Maria said in the chat, and I was like, I agree. Yeah. Quality over quantity. It's like, it's really hard to push to that. And also, you said you were a witch and a Christian, and like for some reason, I'm like,
I'm mixed, yeah. And a lot of people are like, well,
that would not work during the witch hunts. I'm just telling you that. But we're in the modern age. You can be whatever you want. Yeah. You're a pagan, but a man of God. Anyway, sorry.
I'm a mix, and people are like, what do you
No,
mean?
I understand that. Different kinds of spiritualities. You can be, you guys, we can be layered. We can be layered, guys.
That's right.
All right. Okay, you have some more on your side.
Sure. Okay, let me see. Sorry, I was staring at our beautiful faces in the campfire.
I keep looking too, and I'm like, oh, so cute. I like watching your mouth do all the shapes, the vowel shapes.
Thank you. It's really fun. Once you're able to do it, you're gonna be like, yes, it's so fun.
I'll never go back.
You won't.
I'm like a Muppet right now. I'm just like womp 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 womp. Muppet Panda.
Okay, we got one from Honey.
Okay.
Honey says, also, if my neck ever breaks, this is not what Honey's saying, this is what I'm saying. If my neck ever breaks, I'm taking a sip of water, just if you see me fly and like my face tracking tweaks. Okay.
If your neck ever breaks, you're taking a sip of water. So I don't call the emergency, the ambulance. I just I just nod and watch it happen. Yep. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay.
I don't know. I think calling an ambulance to this cabin out here might take a while. I don't know if I'd make it. Okay, wait, too dark. Let's move on.
Oh my gosh.
Honey says, how do you feel about show, don't tell? So show and don't tell. Not talking about your plans for design, content creation. Oh, until it's ready to present. So if you have like a lot of ideas, how do you like talk about it without giving it away? Like in the debut sense.
Well, the debut sense, I mean, a lot of people on Twitter, how their marketing works is they have like an intro and has like a dark outline of their character, like a silhouette, and they market it as like this many retweets to see the designs, you know? And you can already get kind of a vibe from the color palette of the actual picture and the outlines. So that gets people excited, you know? And you can give little hints and stuff. Your name can give a hint. You could make a daily post about it. That's like just from a marketing standpoint. I hope I have the question right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They can clarify too if that's not quite what they meant, but I agree with what you're saying in answer to what they're asking.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, show not tell. If you're like at the beginning and you don't have anything yet, then I don't know, because I'm pretty anti wait to share everything and then hope it explodes. Unless you have like a perfect plan and you have already had like so much experience in marketing and you're ready, like you know you can make something work. But if you're like really brand new to it, I think it's gonna be a lot more harmful to you if you work on this really big project, you release it and then nothing comes of it. That's gonna really suck. So like just like share something of what you have and then you can start slowly like introducing updates. And people like, it's been a weird experience for me too because I've never done a debut, and people always ask me about debuts and stuff, and like even with this model I just turned on stream and I was this model all of a sudden, and people like, oh my gosh, new model. People make such a big deal out of it. I'm like, yeah dude, I'm just trying it out, like we're just seeing how it goes.
I didn't debut either. I didn't do.
Yeah.
I was just there. I just came up and I'm like, sup.
Yeah, I think debuts are overrated, and like not sharing information until it's ready is overrated. I don't think you should never, because I think it is important to market yourself, but I think that you should also be willing to just start, because too many people use that as a hurdle to not do anything.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I would. I'm on the fence about this. I am on the fence about that comment. I really think marketing helps quite a bit if you want to build a community. However, that doesn't take away if you just want to have a character all of a sudden, you know, like, you know, debuts aren't, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on a debut and like to become a VTuber. If that's what you think you have to do, there's not a one path to being a VTuber, guys. You could literally show up one day and just start streaming and like, look at me, I am there are no pig VTubers yet. There needs to be a pig VTubers, because that would be so cute with their little nose and their ears, and it'd be so cute. Anyway, sorry guys. A little boar VTuber, wouldn't that be so cute? Anyway, sorry. I went off on a tangent. I was just saying, like, I don't know who I am, Sapphire, and can you take over before Panda starts talking about something?
I got you.
Thank you.
Crystal Clear has a question. Crystal Clear says, may I ask, what are the ways to grow your own fan base and community? So what is the best way? So Panda, what methods did you use to help grow your community?
Yes, because I started without the usual tools that VTubers have now. So I just started streaming, straight up to start streaming, and then people started trickling in. For a time, there was only one person. His name was Friday, and he just kept like rooting me on. It was just one person I was talking to, and he was just like, "You can do it." And then what happened is I used Twitter. I found out like where the VTubers were kind of at was Twitter, and utilized that to make friends and stuff. And once I started making friends with other creators, I started you know, making the PandahPat brand and such. That's where I started really building the community. Was also just kind of getting to know people, putting myself out there. And that's what I utilized. Really, at first, it was just streaming. That was it. But to build the community, it was actually networking. And I didn't even think about it as networking then. I really just wanted to make friends, and I admired so many people, like, at the beginning. Really, before it's really exploded, and that was, like, some months ago. And it was just like, your model looks so cool, that's so cool, or your voice sounds so great, or your art is so good. And we just talk and like make friendships, and then with that we got to know each other and kind of were able to spread, you know, the word of one another. And then people just showed up, guys. People just show up. Consistency is key though. Any tip of building community, consistent streaming.
Yeah.
If you're doing it on Twitch, sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely agreed. Yes, I agree with everything Panda said. Twitter is definitely a hotspot for VTubers as well. Mine, I will always preach YouTube. I'm in love with YouTube. I love YouTube. I love this platform. And I think that, or I love this platform for me. I know Panda's on Twitch right now. I'm on YouTube. But I love
taboo.
YouTube. Yes. Because you can create discoverable content, and you can still get discovered on Twitch, but YouTube has a much higher rate of you being discovered and found at any time of the day rather than Twitch does. And YouTube's a very powerful tool. So if I could go back, I always say if I were to start from zero, I would definitely start with making YouTube videos. And plus I found too, through content creation, I streamed for 4 to 5 years before I even started on YouTube. And when I started on YouTube, I'm so glad I did. I love YouTube. I love live streaming, but I think I like making YouTube videos more than I like live streaming.
And that's fair. Like, you find what your niche is. I always say that making content on all the platforms is your best bet if you want to grow a community. So YouTube, Twitch. I've been doing TikTok. Guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm a bad TikToker. I don't get it, but I do it. Just so you know, to get yourself out there and to meet new people. You know. I have a question, Sapphire.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. Luxari says, "What about Clippers becoming VTubers?" So, from what I understand, are you saying Clippers like people who clip other VTubers then becoming VTubers? I need clarification on that actually, because
Yeah.
are you talking about people who kind of almost thrive on other people's content, like
I
clip
didn't know
other
that Clippers were
VTubers?
doing that. Like they clip
Yeah.
and then they become a VTuber because they already have that success. That's interesting. I never heard
Yeah,
of that. If
well,
that's what you mean.
Yeah, they make. I know there's channels of clips of VTubers, and they
Yeah.
kind of build a community that way. There's VTuber sneezes, and that's totally a YouTube account too. So I need more clarification before I can give opinion on that.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. I can read another question. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Coney says, what about if your VTuber with a brand or name is based off of another brand? Like for example, my name is Coney Wolf, which is from a bandy name, Nameco Zoids franchise. Should you worry about that, about something like a cease and desist? I'm not really sure, like, I don't really fully understand that question.
I think I do. So what they're
Okay.
saying is like, this is what I've understood of that question is you're actually using a name of another character or very close to another
Ooh,
character in
okay.
another franchise. I would say don't do that. Like if you're wanting to be your own content creator, don't do that. You could get into lots of copyright issues and issues among that. Honestly, it's better if your character is an OC and the name is not, you know, attached to anything. Yeah, Otter said it. It's copyright or trademark can be deadly. And also it's a little weird. I've seen people take inspiration from other characters, and this gets super tricky too because I'm not sure what the future holds in this. I've seen VTubers who almost copy, like, for example, there's Zhongli, right, from Genshin. I've seen VTubers almost make like the same outfit look of Zhongli and made that their VTuber, and that does get a little tricky, guys. But I mean, nothing's original, but I would just say stay away from like really well-known characters and concepts if you can. What's your thoughts, Sapphire?
Yep, I don't really have much to add to that. I agree with you. Like, stay clear of that stuff and probably choose a new name. Like, I started my podcast, the VTuber Voices podcast, as virtual voices, and I really wanted it to be that way because I wanted to not just have it be a VTuber podcast, but then I had Googled it and I didn't fully look into it. Like, I kind of knew at first, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it anyways. That there is a podcast already that exists, Virtual Voices. It's kind of sad too because it just came out recently. It wasn't even something that's been around for a while, and it's like, it's weird. It's like they interview composers or something, and I'm like, why is this the name of their podcast? And they, like, so it kind of made me upset, but I just decided to rebrand, and because it's really important for search engine optimization as well. You do not want to have the same name as somebody else. And for those who don't know search engine optimization, it means whenever you type search into YouTube or Google, which are the largest search engines in the world, that's what's going to come up in the database, and what they call is the metadata. Like, if you, whatever words you say in your video, like what we're speaking about right now, can literally be found on Google. Like, if people type certain words of what we're saying into Google, my stream might come up right here on YouTube. So it goes into like the metadata, and so you don't want to be attached to somebody else's character name. So if it's already taken in any sense of the form, you should probably find something new.
Yep, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just catching up with chat a little bit. Give me a second. I'm looking.
No worries. I'm just here eating s'mores. I really
Yum,
want a s'more.
Me too. I haven't had them in a long time.
Oh,
How do you like your
gosh.
marshmallows?
Ooh, oh no, people are gonna judge me. I burn my marshmallows.
Yes, me too.
Oh my gosh, Sapphire, thank you.
I
Everyone
have to.
judges me. Everyone is like, you're eating charcoal, and I'm like, I've chosen this life.
It's the only good way. Burnt marshmallows are so good.
So
Yes.
good.
Agreed.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for YouTube gaming for live streams, or is Twitch better?
Yeah. So, advice for YouTube gaming for live streams, or is Twitch better? Honestly, I have a video on this on my channel, Wolfcross, that says, should you stream on Twitch or YouTube? So first off, I highly recommend that you look that up. Welcome in, Slick Goku. I highly recommend that you look that up. Check out that video because it talks about your specific situation, because it's going to be different depending on everyone. But YouTube streams versus Twitch, I do both right now because I have a community on YouTube. If I was starting again from zero, like if you had no subscribers on YouTube, I would probably start on Twitch. That's how I started anyways. But if you have an audience on YouTube, you should definitely be streaming on YouTube. So, and if you have an audience, like I would be fully on YouTube right now if I wasn't already had an established community on Twitch. And I do because I've been streaming on Twitch for a long time, so now I stream on both. Otherwise, I would have been fully on YouTube as my YouTube channel has grown. But now I have an audience on both, and my audiences on both are actually pretty different. I have a different audience on YouTube than to Twitch, so I do both, and I recommend you do eventually get to the point where you can do both. But if you were just starting, I'd say probably Twitch. But I don't know, like try it out, try both, and see what you like better. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Just try both. That's all I can say. Just find what suits you better in your content, and your community will find you. So,
yeah.
that's basically all I can. That's all I can say about that. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder though? Do you ever wonder if YouTube is going to replace Twitch? Do you ever wonder that?
Oh, I think they're going to in a few years. 100%.
I've thought about this as well because they've been making some updates. Guys, if you don't know, they're making some updates to kind of compete with Twitch. So it shall be very, very interesting how the future will hold. So even just for a safety net, I would also try YouTube. That's all. You don't have to, but I would try it.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time, honestly, before Twitch dies. I'm, like, serious. Unless they make some big changes that creators have been asking for, and they're not listening to creators, like, at all. Like, zero. Are they listening to their creators? And if Twitch wants to keep doing that and be greedy and be fearful, which is what they're acting on, 100% what Twitch is acting on is greed and fear right now. With all the things they've been rolling out, it's very clear. They could pretend it's an experiment, but it's not an experiment. They're very clearly acting on greed and fear from my viewpoint. If they want to keep doing that, their business is going to fall. That's on them. You know, creators have said their part. We tell them what we can try to say from being a first-hand experienced people here, being in it every day. And YouTube listens to the creators. I love YouTube. And when YouTube makes experiments or things where people are like, I don't know YouTube, I trust YouTube because they're amazing. I've heard just so many good stories from them, like reaching out to their bigger creators to ask them their thoughts and their opinions on like certain things that they're doing. I think that YouTube is going to just blow Twitch out of the water here soon if Twitch doesn't get it together. Like it's only a matter of time. And that's why you need to diversify, like period. It doesn't even matter because what if YouTube dies tomorrow? What if something crazy happens and YouTube is done? So you always need to be making sure you're on multiple platforms because it can happen to anything. It could happen to YouTube, it can happen to Twitch, it can happen to Patreon, and TikTok, anywhere that you're on. Look at Vine. There were several people that were exploded on Vine, and they had their one-time fame moments there. Actually, Harris Heller included as well. And he ended up obviously with taking that business knowledge and moving over to YouTube and making it work for him. But he started on Vine, right? And in a day, all of his followers are gone. Everything's gone, and that happened to people on Mixer too. Mixer was a streaming platform. Lots of streamers that grew over there, Mixer was gone after like a year. And there goes a lot of their audience didn't carry over. So you got to be smart.
Yep. Again, that's why I'll be diversifying as well. I really do like Twitch though, but there's so much that needs to be updated, guys. I feel like YouTube needs to do a lot for me to feel comfortable with the same like feel. There's so many features I really love on Twitch. They would have to do a lot for me to really make the move, but I am going to at least practice streaming on YouTube just for that, the foresight. And also, someone said TikTok, and I'm laughing because TikTok is one of those I do not think will last at all. Honestly, it won't. There's many reasons about that, but like, it's fun while it lasts. Let's go, guys. So the smartest move is to have multiple platforms. And eventually, if you're super OP, your own website. And that's like,
And email lists. Email lists as well.
Exactly. Oh, he has a question on my side.
Yes.
Is it possible to make essay content? Okay, let me see this. Is it possible to make essay content as a VTuber on YouTube, or would it be intrusive to have a model for the content? Essay content?
I think
I'm
they
trying to
mean like
understand.
reporting essay. Like people have like where they kind of have an essay talking about a specific topic, whether it's like hiking or biking or books.
Uh-huh.
And isn't that you're considering doing like essay type stuff in a way?
Yeah, no, you could totally
Yeah.
do that. No, guys, sky's the limit on VTuber. You could
Yeah.
totally use a VTuber for anything. In fact, I've been telling my own brother who does content creation that, like, hey, VTuber is kind of where it's at because virtual reality and all that is just going to get more popular. Like, if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, I'm just saying it's a bandwagon you should definitely look into because virtual reality was always going to be popular. You know what I mean? And
Agreed.
now we have avatars that we can like utilize in our own ways, and people don't have to like. A lot of people are uncomfortable putting themselves out there, so now they have like an avatar they can put forward, and you can be so creative because now you can mix like all these things together and kind of hybrid, reality with fiction and again you can put anything on the screen. It doesn't just have to be you. It could be anything. You could be a turtle. Like I just think that it's a good. You're going to see it more. You're going to see people being like, I am cooking as a VTuber. I am, talking about politics as a VTuber. I am, camping, as you said, as a VTuber, and they'll just have a VTuber, talking over the scene. Like nothing's going to limit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's gonna be cool to see like VTuber tech evolve and see how people take their content and develop it
Uh-huh.
differently based on that.
VR is going to be crazy. When that becomes more easily accessible, VR is going to be insane, guys. We're going to be living in Sword Art Online. But that's where I'm kind of looking for my future. Future is kind of in the VR realm because I see big possibilities with that. Um, Entry fee is kind of steep though, Sapphire. The entry fee is kind of steep to
Yeah.
being for the VR, and that's virtual reality headsets, guys. Anyway, yeah, but I'm saying you can use your VTuber for anything. And I'm surprised that people haven't branched out. I think people are kind of copying a similar trail right now, but it's going to branch out. You'll see. You'll all see. You'll all see. Okay.
You'll all see.
You'll
Plays
all
this clip
see.
over and over again once they see everybody
Done,
branch
done,
out.
done. Yep.
That's great. Also, welcome in Shiny Oreo. Hi, Bio. And Bio has a question for us.
Hey.
Biohazard says, I didn't even consider YouTube when I first started. What are the major differences? Bio, are you asking between the streaming or just like between making Twitch content and YouTube content? I need some clarification there.
Can you repeat
Yeah.
the question again for me?
Yeah, they said, I didn't even consider YouTube when I first started. What are the major differences?
YouTube, more discoverability.
Yeah.
Twitch, better community interactive experience.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Yes.
Stream-
But
yeah.
YouTube is coming with the subs and stuff, so we'll have to see. But again, YouTube has to do a lot for it to feel kind of like Twitch in the matter of community. It's different. It is different. YouTube, I feel like, is more of a solo thing right now for a creator, where I feel like Twitch is just more based on community, as I just said.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the major difference.
Yeah, I'd agree. And Bao says like differences between streaming as well. Yeah, what Panda just said. Like Twitch is very community and YouTube is... YouTube, in my experience from streaming on both, YouTube, like everybody here on YouTube, all you guys are a lot more... You ask a lot more about my YouTube content. So most of the content and things I'm talking about has to do with my YouTube channel. On Twitch, most people that know me on Twitch we're more vibing. Like we don't really talk that much about stuff on my YouTube channel. I'm sort of doing my own thing and people are supporting, and YouTube is a lot more like I support you guys and your questions. So it's very different in that way. Very different.
Mm-hmm. And Maria says that the good thing about YouTube is it's there forever. Pretty much, like VODs go away. Those videos go away after a certain amount of time. So the videos are there to be archived.
Yeah.
And that also leads to discoverability. So definitely But as I said, right now it's good to utilize the both. Oh, there's a question. Sorry, I got distracted. But what's your favorite color, Sapphire? What do you think it is, guys?
Let them guess.
Guys, chat. What's Sapphire's favorite color? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Some people know this. Also, Animated Flasty said YouTube's a little bit more accessible too. I watch so many things on my Switch. That's a good point. I never thought about that. Like
Oh,
more
yeah.
accessible, like mobile wise. They can like Animated Flasty's watching on their Switch. That's
Oh,
interesting.
because Roku too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think you can do it with Twitch now, but you couldn't before. But yeah, on Roku, there's the app and everything. So.
It's a really good point.
Okay, they say blue, periwinkle, neon. Neon
Everybody's
what, though?
saying blue. Mostly
Orange.
votes for blue. Panda,
What
do you
is
know?
it? I would say Vox said periwinkle, and Vox has been around for a while. I don't know if they're being a
That's
troll, but I'm
Vogue.
gonna go with Vox.
Yeah, it's periwinkle. She said, I don't know if he's being a troll.
Hey! See,
That's hilarious.
I'm good at clue, guys, and that was a clue. Anyway.
Mods, get out of this stream. Yo, what the heck? I'm just kidding.
Oh! Okay, guys, what do you think my favorite color is? It is not the color I'm wearing. What do you guys think it is? Let's see.
Orange.
Let's see. I will let you know. You think it's orange?
No, I think so, but most people do not have the favorite color orange. I just know that you're beautiful and unique and different, so I was like, what's a beautiful and unique and different color? And I thought
Aw.
about orange.
Aw. Ah. Orange actually looks really good on my skin tone, though. That's a true story.
Ooh, see,
Like
I
a
knew.
brown skin. Brown skins look good with the colors.
Yes.
So it is bump a bump. I love silver.
I was not expecting that.
I love silver.
I was
In fact,
not expecting
if
that.
you were to point out half of my anime crushes, they have white or silver hair.
White and silver hair is goated. It's goated.
Yes, yes, yes. You all know now. I do like minty green, of course, but silver I always come back to because I just love the look of silver. Let's go.
Kage and Zach said that. Well, Kage said I would not have guessed that, and Zach said I didn't expect that. Me neither.
People never expect what comes out of my mouth, and I does not.
See, that's why I guessed orange, because I'm like, nobody would expect it. So I was like kind of on the right track in a way.
Yep. Oh, I just saw that question. So, guys, just to throw that out there, you can't stream on both platforms at the same time if you are affiliate because you actually agree not to. You can stream on one and then post the video later, but you cannot cross stream because of the agreement with affiliate. I just wanted to throw out that information, you know,
Can I tell you
so
a
you guys
secret?
know.
Can I tell
Did
you
it
a secret?
change? What's the secret?
The secret is that I might do it anyways. I might try it and see if Twitch emails me.
You know, can I tell
I
you
might
a
actually
secret?
do it. I'm not telling you guys to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna risk everything.
Sapphire, can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, tell me.
I play copyright songs all the time.
Me too. Everybody delete the VODs. We're ending stream. We gotta go. We got to grab the table on accident.
Don't
there
flip
goes
this. Don't flip
Forrest.
this. We never do this.
Where am
But
I?
like
Where am I?
seriously, I think DMCAs are a joke, and you should be able to share songs. It gets the artists out there. So this like get the police, FBI, open up.
Are you watching my stream? Wait, watch it. I was just like, hold on.
Another thing too. If we're gonna, that's so good. Run away, Sapphire. Guys, if you look at her YouTube, she's running away. Run away.
God.
Take the macaroons. Take them. You
I
can't.
couldn't grab both of us at the same
Put
time.
them in
I'm
your
taking
mouth.
my macaroons too. Where are they? I'm taking them.
We're gonna be real blunt about it, guys. The copyright ban, that is so dumb. It's so dumb, and it's actually so dumb that you can't stream on both platforms. Like, it's dumb. It's purposeless. People are gonna go around it. Most people don't even read the affiliate agreement, and num 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 num. I never knew you were half a body. Now I know that
Stop.
you have
No,
no
I'm a
name.
full body. It's just cut
No.
off right now because
No.
of VC phase.
Lies, fake news, fake news.
I'm trying to cut the calories. You know what I'm saying?
Sapphire, you changed. You changed. She's gonna change her content now. It's gonna be
Same.
different. It's gonna be Sapphire the Rebel. She's gonna do all the things. She's like, here are all the rules of how to be a content creator, or all the tips. And now here are all the things that could get you into illegal culture. No, just kidding. This could be illegal.
I kind of want to
but
break them just to see what happens. Then I can tell everybody what happens if you actually do it.
it's for research. You can even tell them, hey,
Yeah.
I was just doing it for research
No,
purposes.
that's perfect. That's big brain. I'll say, oh, sorry, I was just trying it out. I forgot.
Yep, it's good. But yeah. Anyway, we're good people. We're good. We're good people. We live the life on the edge. It's fine. Rules are meant to be broken. But really,
Also,
the only
question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
question. No worries.
Yeah. Oh, you or me?
You.
Okay.
You.
Okay. E says, also welcome in E. E says, so guys, do you recommend multi-streaming if you can? Because we kind of started talking about this. If you can. So say they weren't affiliate. Like, Devin Nash recommends, is it the best way to stream? Once I have my model finished and my stream set up, I'm going to pay $20 a month membership to stream. What do you say?
I say the good Lord gave us free will. I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys, if I offended anyone. Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, you can. You could.
Yeah.
You can. It's up to you. Just know that affiliate, there are actual contract things. That's all.
Mm-hmm. I think too, like anything, that you should just be willing to try stuff. Like if you're like, should I try try it. Like write down and do it as an experiment. Write down and like see what that was like compared to not doing a multi-streaming. I would be doing multi-streaming, like I said, if I could. Like I said, I literally might do it anyways. Twitch doesn't know who I am. They don't care about me, so they're probably not going to send me an email. If they do send me an email, then I'll stop. But I'm probably going to do it anyways and just see what happens. To be real with you guys, I'm going to try it like 1 week or at some point. I'm just going to do it. And if they're like, excuse me, I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry, and then I'll stop. But don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, I saw a comment about the DMCA copyright from Kongi Wolf. They said, kind of agree, but the big artists, you're losing money if your music is being pirating with DMCA. It's not actually absolutely true. The most people who make the money is the company that produced the music. Yeah, the publisher. It's actually not the artists themselves. The artists make a lot of money from concerts, public appearances, and other stuff. Sponsors, to be honest.
Yeah.
And selling their albums. And that has nothing to do with copyrights. So, like, that's, like, you know, where they're getting it. In fact, I think there is going to be a movement in the future that people are going to kind of get over that, you know? Because you can't stop pirating. You're not going to be able to. It's unstoppable. But I still believe they can, and I think you're going to see a lot more music artists publishing, being their own managers, being kind of their own people in control. I think the industry is changing, not dying, changing. And because of all these platforms, because of all these things, you're just going to see a lot more independent artists coming out there. I mean, Corpse Husband is an example. He produces and manages all of his own music. He doesn't have a manager. He's not using anyone else. And he collabs with, whoever he wants. So I just think that the world is changing. Yes. And a lot of them, Otter said, a ton of artists are just selling streaming license too, So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. I know, like, and I'm an artist too, but the way I've looked at it more so as well is like listening to music on stream. I think it actually, I feel like it helps the artist more so, because if people are interested in the music, then you can point them towards that artist's music. You know how many times I've listened to a stream and I'm like, oh my God, what's that artist? And then you go and support that artist. So
yeah, exactly.
I just think it's another thing that's kind of outdated. I think it's a really outdated, a rule, and I get the protections around it. But I think streamers should have a license or an exception to just be able to stream music and share it with people, or at least at a certain point. Even if they have once you're affiliate on Twitch, then you can stream that types of music, or once you hit blank on Twitch, then you can, right? So again, I think certain people should have the permission to, but
yeah, it's interesting, right? It's interesting.
Yeah.
So I think we're about to hit our 2-hour mark. So let's finish rapid fire the questions, and then me and Sapphire can finish our conversation and end for the night too. Let's go.
Yeah.
So what questions do you have left, Sapphire? We'll rapid fire them.
Yep. So Crystal Clear says, is it all right to do collabs before our debuts, or in a marketing standpoint, would that be good or not?
I mean, that's preferential choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
You could
I'm gonna
collab
say
with
no.
people. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say, Okay,
Yeah, go
continue.
ahead. Sorry.
Continue.
No,
No,
you.
You first.
You.
You first. You. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll
You
go.
first.
Go. Okay. All right. So I say no because I think Panda, you brought this up before actually.
Yes.
I think it's important to get to know yourself as a content creator before you're working with other people. Like you don't want to throwing yourself in there with people is a bad idea if you don't know how you exist as a streamer yet. So that's my answer.
I will agree. I would say I'm in that camp. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in that camp for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay. Rapid fire. Next question is screen or screenless drawing tablet. Screen.
I have no opinion. I am not an artist.
Say screen.
Screen.
Yes, screen.
Sapphire said
Alright.
it, so obviously it's truth.
Dash says, which is a better platform to start VTubing on, Twitch or YouTube? I vote YouTube.
I vote Twitch.
Okay, there you go. Two different
you go.
opinions. Do you trust the wolf girl or the panda?
Do you trust the girl with the s'mores or the macaroons? Who brings macaroons to a campfire?
What? You bought these for me?
I know, I'm setting you up. I'm sorry.
You bought these for me?
Now you know the truth about Panda. She's
What
an
if
evil.
What if I have a s'more flavored macaroon?
Plot twist, that would taste bomb diddly bomb bomb. Oh, now I really want one. Now I'm just sad. Okay. All right. Next question? Are we...
I think we're good unless you guys have any more, but
let
Sapphire
me
kind of looks
see.
like a cat. You look like a cat. I'm a wolf girl, not a cat.
No worries. So, you wolf girls. Oh, we have to add that in. So, we both like wolf guys. Wolf anime guys. The anime guys with the wolf ears. Yes.
Sign me up.
They are hot. In fact, like, funny story about that. Ears are superior. Fluffy ears are superior. Just kidding. They're not. But
Wait, fluffy ears compared to what? What's the other option?
human ears. Human ears don't wiggle like this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum, bum. Anyway, just
Wiggle,
kidding.
wiggle.
It's okay. I do find it weird if some people have their avatar has human ears and animal ears, and I get confused. I'm like, wait. Why two sets of ears? But I guess you can do it. Do whatever you want to do, guys. Live your dream. Live your dream.
I have better hearing.
Yeah,
That's
true.
Listen,
True.
the more ears I have, the more of your beautiful voice I can hear, Panda.
I did the doki doki right then. But then I realized you're not a hot wolf boy. Well, actually, you're
Dang
almost
it!
there. You're
Gender
almost there.
bend, remember?
You're half,
We're
yeah.
shipping
Your
gender
gender
bend.
bend. Yeah. Oh,
Gender
I'll be
bend
all
panda.
over that gender bend. You be all over your gender bend. We all be all over the gender bend. Yay. Okay, so since we wrapped up questions, we're kind of going to complete our... Oh my gosh, we're at 69 likes, and that's not a dirty joke. This is family friendly. I just had to point it out. Sorry. I'm looking at your
Yay.
YouTube channel. It's a good number. It's
Somebody
a good
get
number.
us off of that number, please. Hit the like button.
Yeah, it's... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's a bad number. It's unwholesome. Someone
Get
like
us-
that. Quick. Good.
Someone like that, quick.
This is the spicy panda. Spicy say so. Spicy say so. That's me. I'm mostly family friendly, guys. I'm pretty much family friendly, but I got that side of the spicy.
Also,
So
we do
yeah.
have a few more if you want to rapid fire those or move forward.
Let's do it. Let's give the people what they want. Go.
Give the people what they want. Okay, laptop or PC? PC.
PC.
Yep, okay. So, like Merryweather, he's a dog. No, not Merryweather, he's not a wolf boy. He says, advice for FOMO. I consume way too much content when I should work on my endeavors. So, fear of missing out. How do you advice for it?
Fear of missing out. Don't miss out.
Me or you? Oh, you're saying just miss out? You're telling him
No,
to just
don't miss out. Don't miss out.
d-
If you have
oh,
fear of
don't miss
missing
out?
out, don't miss out. Be involved. Get your stuff done. And if you need to take a break, take a break. The thing is, you're gonna have to get over that sometime because you can't be everywhere at once. So
Yeah.
be where, like, put the energy you can and relax when you need to. The end.
Be present where you are. Yeah. And well, in like at least from my perspective in answering that question, I think
Yeah.
you need to have a healthy amount of consuming and producing. So make sure you're balancing that. Don't consume too much, but don't produce too much. Get just the right amount. And you know what that looks like. You know the answer to that.
Yes, you know. You know what it is. Next question.
We're good. We're up to date. So if we want to finish our
We
combo.
did it. Okay, so now we're gonna go look at each other's eyes and stare at each other. Stare at each other meaningfully.
I'm
Yes,
looking
this
the
is
wrong
the way. This is the way. Oh. Look, VTuber senpai. Oh, thank you for giving to Sapphire. Sapphire.
Oh,
VTuber
Senpai. Oh, I
Senpai
didn't see
giving
because I didn't hear it. and I
Senpai
was
giving you
tabbed
some
out.
love. Senpai, yeah, giving you some
Thank
love.
you, Senpai, for the super chat. I appreciate you. I'm
VTuber
new to
Senpai
VTubing.
is also a content creator though. Tutorial?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, tutorials.
He says he's
Tutorials and
new.
helpful
That is
advice.
false.
He's
He's
not
a
new.
liar and a scoundrel. No, just
But
kidding.
if he was, serious about PNG, 2D, or 3D, I would choose 3D if you need an easy way to entry. If you're an artist, 2D. If you have no idea what's going on, PNG.
Yep. That's
answers.
the answer. Okay, so finishing our conversation. So what have been our biggest lessons? If we had to impart one thing to all of y'all,
Just
let's
one.
end it with that. Yeah, one
Okay.
thing. What would it be?
You or me first.
Yeah, I'm still thinking on mine. So if you have it,
Okay.
go.
Okay. One thing is, no matter what happens along your journey as a content creator, always be true to yourself. Period. Always be true to yourself. Don't compromise your videos for people. Don't compromise your views for people. Don't compromise anything that you're doing for others. Be true to yourself, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to be finding new content creators to move on to, or they're just going to be moving on in their life and they're not always going to be watching you. But you know who's always going to be there? You're always going to be there. You're going to be with your content and your journey 99.999% of the time, except when you're asleep for the 1%. Insomniacs, I'm talking to you. 1% sleep. No, I'm just kidding. But please just be true to you and make the choices you want to make on your content that's going to help you improve as a person at the end of the day, and to lead you towards that greater purpose, that greater mission. And that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned, and something I'm still very much learning and struggling with, is to be true to myself, despite the numbers, despite the fame, despite the pressures, everything.
It's almost what I was gonna say, Sapphire, to be honest. So like, literally, what
Yeah.
she said is like probably the biggest lessons learned. The
Yeah.
other thing, I guess I could add to that, is the biggest lessons learned is, I don't have, like, that would be mine. Like yours would
Yeah.
actually be mine.
Well,
like
yeah,
that is
let me-
literally
let me
mine.
Yeah, let me spark some more conversation then, like, so we could at least add on to that.
Yeah.
So, are there ever times where you felt like you weren't being true to yourself through your content, and how did you shift gears or reevaluate?
Yes, when I started TikTok, I don't like it. I
Yeah.
like the funny videos, but I don't like, you have to kind of like follow trends and do this and that. I'm just like, I like being more genuine. So what I did is I just posted videos I wanted to post. I've been posting stuff I just want to post, and I'm not even worrying about the algorithm. And then sometimes, like, you know, when I feel like being a part of it, I'll post a video there. But that's part of it too, is that like, I don't like feeling not genuine, and that's a part of it. I guess I kind of parting words to everyone though, is that if you're waiting, don't wait anymore. And also,
Yes.
there's a whole world here waiting for you, and we'd be so excited to meet you guys, and we're waiting here for you. So if you think that you're going to jump in and no one's going to be there, that's never been the case. I don't think I've met one VTuber who didn't have anyone show up, to be honest. Like, I don't think one VTuber, one person that no one ever showed up. And I will admit, sometimes that does happen, but you have to take the risk or you'll never know. And if this is what you want, like, go live your dreams and just do it, Shia LaBeouf it. But like, we're here, we're waiting for you. We want you guys to be successful. That's why Sapphire makes this content, to pursue her own dreams, of course. But it's also, she had a want to teach others and share this knowledge. And in my community, I'm a support bear, emotional support bear. I'm here to listen and hype. Woohoo! So we're waiting for you guys. So what are you waiting for?
And we have s'mores and macaroons.
We have s'mores and macaroons. I also
Yeah.
have Coke Zero. I'm not addicted. I'm not. My chat can totally tell you I'm not addicted. They can back up. Never look at my clips though, guys. That's the only thing I ask of you. Never look at my clips.
Yeah.
They're false. They're false. Anyway.
No, I
but-
love how you ended that though. What are you guys waiting for?
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly. So guys, we can kind of send you off on your way. I will go talk to my chat, Sapphire. Thank you for being on Campfire with the creator. We're hoping to do this again maybe once a month or maybe twice. And if we can get another VTuber on here occasionally, we'll do that. We mostly just wanted these kind of sessions so we could just keep reassuring you guys and giving you the knowledge that we have. You know?
Yeah.
It's to impart the knowledge and just chill out too. And also be spazzes, you know? Because we're both like, we're both... we're both... Guys, I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. It's that time of night. We are ready to peace out. So thank you, Sapphire, and thank you, Gems and Gembaroos, who have joined my community as well. Sapphire, I will talk to you after this all is over, but I'm going to go talk to my chat. And bye, Gems.
Sounds good. Goodbye. Me too.
Bye. I will click a button.
Me too. BRB.
Click.
All right. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you, Miss Smokey. Also, welcome in. Hello, friends. For anybody who's new, usually I'm pretty interactive with chat, but when I do collabs now, I've been trying to put my full focus on the other person. So hopefully you can understand, but I'm really thankful for you guys hanging out with us here, and hopefully you enjoyed the VTuber or Campfire with the creator. We, like I said, and like Panda said, we'd like to do this every once in a while to be able to answer your questions and sort of come together, reevaluate, and hang out with each other. So thank you, guys. And welcome in, Miss Smokey. Animated, it was great to see you here. Arwen, nice to meet you. Thank you for the compliments. In the words of the great Toto Africa, hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you. Does he actually say that in Africa? Is that actually said? Pop filter on windsock? Wait, what? Question mark? Confusion? I is lost. Anyways, friends, at least just to wrap up, we're gonna wrap up here. It is getting pretty late. But hi, Gortoons, I hope you're well. Guys, please keep in mind, if you want to help support this channel, consider joining my Patreon, or you can consider joining YouTube memberships. You can click the join button in the bottom left for as low as $2.99 USD. So if you enjoyed this channel, you also get these cute emotes here that I just put in chat. I'd really appreciate it, guys, if you ever want to support this channel. That's a great way to continue to help me keep making videos and making things like this amazing conversation happen. So thank you all. I believe my Patreon's in the description as well if you'd rather support there. There's some perks that you get for joining Patreon as well. Stickers and all sorts of great stuff. Recognition at the end of my YouTube videos on a slide. So, yep. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you, what's today? Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be on live at 10 a.m. working on some more V-Roid Studio clothes. So I've been working on a new outfit for Saf. We will be working on that tomorrow morning. So I'll see y'all bright and early with a cup of tea. And we'll be vibing to some great jazz music. PST, we're mountain time. PST is Panda's time. So I'm mountain time, 10 a.m. mountain. And that would be 9 a.m. PST, I believe. And I might even be on earlier. Sometimes I'm on at like 9:30 mountain time. All right. Thank you, friends. And I will see you next time. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.